So I recently put out a video about the CRKT Hammer Chogan, and I have had some questions about the handle fitment between the Woods Chogan and the Hammer Chogan, because they're slightly different handles. Actually, they're quite a bit different. And I also had some questions about the cold steel handle fitting, if there's interchangeability there. For those of you just looking for the short answer, no, they will not interchange. None of them are interchangeable without modification. So for you guys, if you hit the like button on your way out, I appreciate that. For the rest of you, if you want to see the specifications, and I'll kind of demo why they don't fit, what's different, and what you may be able to modify one to fit another in a pinch. So if you want to see that, stick around. Let's check them out. Alright, so right here I have 3 heads lined up. This is the Cold Steel Hudson Hawk. This is the CRKT Hammer Chogan. This is the CRKT Woods Chogan. Now you can see there's a bit of a difference here. The Woods Chogan is essentially an oval. The Hammer Chogan is egg-shaped. Notice the sharper point than the Cold Steel, which is also an egg shape. So the main difference between these two is there's a little bit of width difference, but there's the bigger difference is in the length of the hole this way. And of course this is larger in pretty much every dimension. Alright, so I've taken some measurements, and I'll put these in the video description as well. So essentially we're looking at, this is the length of the eye and the width of the eye. The length of the eye, the width of the eye. 1.48 inches, millimeters, 1.15 inches wide. The CRKT hammer, 1.53 length, 1.02 width. There's your metric. The Cold Steel, 1.43 inches length, 1.04 width. These are rough measurements, they're not exact. So again, I'll put these in the description if you really want to look at them closer. So now let's look at these with the handles in them, and the differences will become even more apparent. One thing I want to mention really quick before we go any further is, on paper, just looking at the measurements, it seems that the Hammer Chogan has a larger eye if you look just at the length measurement here. But we have to keep in mind that it has a sharp, tapered front compared to the Woods Chogan. Okay? Now this is important if you're considering buying a handle online and they have measurements. Okay? This will become more apparent when we start putting handles through here. So let's do that next. Okay, hopefully I can demonstrate this in a usable way here. Let's start with this is the CRKT Woods Chogan Handle. Try it with a Woods Chogan Tomahawk. Of course it's going to fit. This is the Hammer Chogan CRKT, and it does not fit. So, would you want to buy this and try and whittle it down and make it fit? I would not, because I can see daylight there. Remember, you got to flip it over because these are tapered heads. It's going to fit like this. So you're going to have to trim it in that. Remember that that's the dimension that's important. So you want to line those up. And I'm looking at it thinking, even if I whittled this down, I don't have enough material there to fill this point in. That makes sense. Cold steel? Nope. It's not going to fit. Now, it's really close, but I would not buy one of these to replace a cold steel handle either. There's a sliver of light in there. So, CRKT Woods Chogan, I would not use for the other two. CRKT Hammer Chogan Handle, Woods Chogan Head. It's going to get really confusing. Nope. I would not use this as a replacement. There just is not enough material there to make it work. By the time you sand this down, the handle's going to slide right through the head. It's just a larger opening. Of course, we know it's going to fit on this because that's the one it's designed for. So, Hammer Chogan handle, cold steel Hudson head. Now, it's somewhat close, but the cheek area here, it's kind of what I refer to it to, and the point is a little off. In some circumstances, you might be able to get this to work. Maybe. So that's a possible. Alright. Cold steel handle, Woods Chogan head. And remember, there's other models that use this design, but I don't want to get any more confusing in this video. Nope. That's real close to just sliding right through there, and there's lots of gap on the side. Hammer Chogan head, cold steel Hudson handle. Nope. Now it seems like it might fit, but there's a gap in the back and a gap where that longer point is. I think by the time you get this to sand it down, that you would not have enough material here. I would not suggest ordering one of these to replace this handle. That's just my opinion. And of course we know cold steel, it's going to fit. Alright, so I hope that clears things up a little bit for those of you who are interested in looking for ways to get replacement handles for your Tomahawks. On a side note, I'd like to mention, if you can't find a handle for your specific Tomahawk, don't be afraid to get a piece of wood and try and make a handle. It's a pretty important skill, and it adds to the versatility of your tool. The Tomahawk is a lighter tool, and it gives up a little bit in the weight department. What it gains is utility, especially if you can change the handle, which we can do in seconds. This is a 16-inch handle. This is now a nice little pack, a belt axe, whatever you want to call it. Portable, lightweight, use it inside a tent. With the change of the handle, put it on this 26-inch handle, and I've got something that's capable of doing a lot more work with a lot less effort. Now, this particular handle I made out of a sledgehammer handle. Those are pretty cheap, and you can find them at most home improvement stores. Just whittle it down, and away you go. If you want to see a video on that, let me know in the comments. If you have other suggestions, put them down in the comments. If you want to see the video on the CRKT Hammer Chogan, I will link them up here. Alright, until next time, stay safe, have fun out there.